Hey everyone, and welcome back to Malaysia in Focus, where we dive deep into the stories that are shaping our nation. Now, we've all seen the huge numbers from this year's budget, but the real story, the one that affects you, isn't just about the billions of ringgit, because behind those big numbers lies a fundamental shift in how the government is helping you. It's moving away from just simple cash handouts to something much more structured, and what you're about to learn will probably change how you see that aid forever. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the big 30,000-foot view, the national economy, and then we're going to zoom all the way down. We'll break down exactly how this new system, this combination of STR and SARA, is actually going to work for your household. And yeah, we'll cover the huge changes for singles and that special RM100 bonus that's meant for almost everyone. Okay, let's jump right in. Okay, first up, let's set the stage. Before we get into your ringgits and sen, we need to understand the big economic picture that the government is working with. This context helps explain why they're making all these changes in the first place. So, here is the headline number, RM $419.2 billion. That is the entire budget for the country for the year. I mean, this massive pot of money has to cover everything. We're talking salaries for teachers, doctors, building new roads, and of course, what we're here to talk about today, the financial aid that goes directly to the people. At the same time, the government is trying to pull off a really tricky balancing act. They're aiming for steady economic growth, right? But they're also tightening their belt a little, trying to bring down the national debt. It's like trying to speed up and save fuel at the same time. And this table really tells the story. You can see the total budget only went up by a little bit, and the fiscal deficit, which is kind of like the country's credit card balance, is actually shrinking. That shows discipline. But look closer. Look at this line here. The money set aside for STR and SARA aid jumped from RM 13 billion to RM 15 billion. That's a huge RM 2 billion increase. It tells you that even while being careful, direct help for you is their #1 priority. So we've established there's more money for aid. But, and this is the really crucial part, it's not just about the amount. The government is completely changing how they give you that money. This is what they're calling the new social safety net. And the biggest change here revolves around SARA. See, last year, SARA was a pretty special program, mostly for a small group of the absolute poorest. This year, it's a standard core part of the aid for all 9 million STR recipients. This is a massive expansion. It's going from a small, targeted program to a universal top-up for everyone who qualifies for aid. And this quote from KPMG, it really hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures this new way of thinking. The key words here are long-term resilience. The goal isn't just about giving one-off help anymore. It's about creating a consistent, reliable safety net that helps you manage your daily costs all year long. So let's break down how this new system actually works. The easiest way to think about it is like this. You're getting a yearly bonus, and on top of that, you're getting a monthly allowance for your groceries. Okay, so STR is still your main cash payment. That's the cash backbone. Think of it as the money you can use for your bigger, more flexible expenses. Things like rent, paying bills, or getting your kids' school supplies sorted. It's that lump sum that helps you tackle the major costs. Then you have SARA. This is the new monthly support, and it's specifically to make sure you have a budget for your daily necessities, things like rice, cooking oil, soap. Now, this part is cashless. It goes straight to your MyCard, and it ensures you have a consistent base for your household's essential needs every single month. And here is where it all comes together. Now, this is so important to understand. You have to add both STR and SARA together to see your total support. For example, if you're in the B40 group, you might look at the RM 1500 cash from STR and think, that's it? But you're forgetting the other part. You have to add the RM 1200 in SARA credit. That means your total support is actually RM 2700. It's a two-part system now, and if you only look at one part, you're literally missing half the story. If this breakdown is giving you a clearer picture, do me a quick favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us keep making these explainers so you can always stay ahead on Malaysia's biggest issues. Okay, now for all these single individuals out there, the bajung. For you, the change this year is, without a doubt, the most dramatic of all. This is the big one. In the past, singles got a RM 600 lump sum cash payment. For 2026, that cash payment is completely gone. Instead, you'll get the exact same amount, RM 600, but it's given as a monthly SARA credit on your MyCard, which works out to RM 50 a month. So the total value is the same, But how you get it and what you can spend it on is totally different now.
So you're probably asking, why the switch? Well, the government's thinking here is to make sure this aid is targeted specifically for essential daily needs. By changing it from a one-time cash payment to a steady monthly credit for groceries, the goal is to give you a consistent cushion against rising food prices all year long.
But hold on, we're not done yet. There's one more piece of aid to talk about, and this one is for pretty much every single adult in the country. We are talking about 22 million Malaysians. That's how many people are set to receive this special one-off SARA payment. This isn't just for B40 or M40. This is nearly universal. This is the SARA Untuk Semua initiative. It's a one-off 100 RM credit that will be put onto your My Card. It's completely separate from all the other aid programs we've talked about, and it looks like it's being timed for February, which will probably help a lot of people out with costs around the festive season. It's really a broad gesture of support for the whole nation. Thanks so much for watching. You can join thousands of other Malaysians who want clarity, not confusion. Just tap that like button, hit subscribe, and let's keep making sense of all this together. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's just boil it all down. After all that, what are the most important things you absolutely need to remember? Let's recap the 4 main points real quick. Number 1, your aid is now a 2-part system, yearly cash from STR plus monthly credits from SARA. 2, if you get STR, you automatically get that monthly SARA credit now. 3, for singles, your aid is now 100% SARA credit, no more cash. And finally, number 4, almost every adult is getting a special one-off RM100 SARA credit in February. That's the new reality of financial aid in Malaysia. You know, this move towards a more targeted, more structured system of aid is a really major change. And it leaves us with a big question about the path forward for our country's social support. It's a shift towards consistency and maybe more control, but is it the most effective way to empower the rakyat? Well, that's the conversation that begins now.